What's going on, hockey fans? Welcome in to MSOE Week. It's the Milwaukee School of Engineering, yet another college Dan K talks to that he could never get himself into academically. But I can get in a hockey talk with anybody around the country. We've got the captains from the MSOE Raiders here today, a team that will be making a trip down to Wesley Chapel, Florida for a big time college hockey invitational tournament in Tampa Bay. It's going to be beautiful weather. It's going to be better hockey. It's going to be a rumble by the beaches down in Florida. And we start with the intro of these gentlemen who are here today. Coach Graham Johnson, I'll talk to you in a minute about these guys, but we've got Captain Ryan Reed along with assistant captains Charlie Skinner, Preston Park, Carson Jones. Coach, the first thing I'll tell you, the easiest group of hockey captains from the Midwest I have ever read before in terms of name pronunciation. Had to ask none of them. But, Coach, tell me about this leadership group. What makes these guys so special? How'd you give them the A's and the C's?
Well, obviously, the first one is how short their names are. That's just a minimum requirement there. But, no, each one of them really, they bring a dynamic skill set in terms of leadership abilities. And I'm so fortunate to have the group that we have here. They each have different personalities. They play different styles. So they all bring such unique characteristics to our locker room. So to have kind of a group of four like this that really complement each other extremely well, it's kind of a natural fit, I think, for all of them. And it's just been very easy for me, although we have a lot of great guys on our team that show a lot of leadership ability. These four, I think, have kind of set themselves apart amongst their peers and amongst our staff to really be the guys to kind of lead this ship.
And this Milwaukee School of Engineering squad, folks, to watch what's been built by Coach Graham Johnson here over the last few years as he's taken the helm behind the bench has been incredible to watch. And I think it all starts, Ryan, with you, a defenseman with size and a guy that when I look for a guy who's going to wear the C for my team, I look at the block shot total. 12 on the year already for you in just a handful of games. Ryan, out of Alaska, you make the move to Milwaukee. Number one, what makes you buy in? What makes you say, Coach, I'm coming? And number two, I mean, what makes up Ryan Reed? What makes you so special on the ice?
Yeah, I think the big thing for me coming here was what Coach wanted to build as a culture. We wanted to be a close-knit group, and we wanted to be a group that goes out, plays hard-nosed hockey, that does things the right way on and off the ice, and that's something that I wanted to be a part of, not only for on-ice experience and gameplay, but growing as a person. I think it's important when you're coming to college, you find somewhere that's going to help you grow as a person, as a man going into this world. So I think the mix of that and just what Coach wanted to grow here on ice and develop a really, really good team. That was my big drive to come here. And then as far as myself personally, I think it's kind of just ties into what Coach wanted to bring here was just be a good person. Be a good person that does things the right way, does things hard, give it 100%. And that's basically me.
Hey, being a good person, being a good hockey player, doing them both is always tough. You guys are getting them both done all here. We talked to Charlie Skinner now. +4 when you're on the ice this year, 2 goals, 2 assists. Charlie, you make the move from Maryland out to Milwaukee. I mean, what's the selling point for you? We're change, obviously in the game of hockey, we change locations throughout the junior game, but what gets you out to MSOE? What's kind of that selling point?
Yeah, I was born in Chicago and a lot of family out in the Midwest, so definitely a Midwest kid at heart. And when I was looking around different schools in the Midwest, I came and visited Milwaukee. And I'm not an engineer, but fell in love with the business school, the professors, the coaching staff here, the city, and it really was a great fit. And I've loved my time here so far.
Now, Charlie, let's dig into that a little bit. You talked about the business section of the school here. A lot of people hear engineering, right, at the end of that name of the school, and they think to themselves, man, if I can't build stuff, I'm out. I tell you, Dan K, when I lose batteries in my remote control, I got to change my television place. So, talk to me here, Charlie. What do you got going on here academically at MSOE?
Yeah, I mean, the business school, it's not as prominent as the engineering school, but again, you just have smaller class sizes, and that gives you an opportunity to get to know your teachers a lot better, to get to know your classmates a lot better. And again, you're just diving deeper into the business curriculum, whether it's marketing, finance, accounting, operations. So you get to learn a lot still, and we've had a great education. And being in Milwaukee, there's a lot of opportunity for business here as well.
That's it, man. Now, Preston, we go to you, young man out of Los Angeles, California, a guy I got a chance to see play a little bit in Hudson, New Hampshire, there with the Northern Cyclones. You know, when you come through those types of programs, you're going to be a little hard-nosed. You're going to be able to hit a little bit. You got a goal on the season, +1 when you're on the ice. You talk about West Coast to East Coast. You've been all over the country. Milwaukee comes calling. What brings you home there?
That's a good question. Honestly, just when I toured the school with Coach, just like the culture and the buy-in he wanted and what his vision was for the program moving forward just really resonated with me and something I fell in love with. Just being able to come in here as a freshman, go on the ice, like try to change the culture from what it was to what it is now. This is the best group of guys that I've met and been a part of. It's the closest team I've been a part of. Just the day in, day out, the academic and the athletic challenges, because it is a hard school. Just everything about that challenge just really interests me and kind of gave me the gut feeling like this is the place where I want to be.
Now, Preston, you're a part of this leadership group. Talk about some of your other captains here in this room. I mean, what makes this group so special? What do you get from these guys? What are you giving to this leadership group? I mean, how does the dynamic work between you four?
Dynamic's awesome. I think all our strengths and weaknesses just kind of combine together to make like a solid group of guys that are going to lead the way and just drive the culture and drive the direction that we want our team to go. Ryan as our captain, the voice that we all just listen to and follow. Charlie, the voice of reason, the guy that keeps guys accountable. Jones, the energy guy who's always doing the right thing. And, I'm just in there too, like helping out when I can. I try to always be a good teammate, always try to pick guys up. I think just the dynamic that we all have is just incredible. And it's great to see guys like buy in and just have other leaders on the team too. Like there's more than us. We have the letters obviously, but like there's a bunch of guys on the team that are all leaders too. So it's great to see everyone come together and just drive this boat forward.
Now, Carson, we look to you, man. 4 assists on the year, tied for the team lead. Guys, Johnny Appleseed out here right now, finding guys in front of the net, right? Talk to me about kind of your role on this squad. You get added to this leadership group, kind of torch getting passed here for a junior, getting an A on the jersey. Kind of talk about what your role is here as kind of the young guy of the quadrant.
Yeah, it was definitely an honor for Coach to name me captain this year. I wear it with great pride, and I think it just goes to show that we have leaders throughout the whole lineup. I came in when they were graduating a massive senior class, so we came in a lot of new guys, a lot of fresh faces, and it was kind of like, what are we going to build here? How are we going to leave it when we leave? So it's been just from the very first day here, we're all so close. It's become a brotherhood, and we push each other on and off the ice. I give my best so that other guys on the team give their best, and we just grow every day.
Now talk about Coach. I mean, what sold you on Coach? Is he a player's guy? Is he's a guy you love to have in a locker room? Is he more the disciplinarian and lets the boys do their thing? What do we got?
Coach wears a lot of different masks. He's kind of anything you need him to be in that moment. When I first met him, he just had amazing, great things to say about the school, the professionalism that we experienced here, having our own ice, having the resources to do one-on-one videos and one-on-one meetings with the coaches. They're available every day that we need them. So couldn't ask for much more than that.
Ryan, you boys find out you're going to Tampa, Florida for, just a nice little January week. I got to imagine the weather is going to be slightly different than what it looks like January 3rd and 4th in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. What's the response? What's the reaction? How are the boys feeling about this trip?
I mean, obviously the guys are really excited. You get to go somewhere new, play good hockey, and enjoy a little bit better weather than the 30-mile-an-hour winds at 20 degrees that we have here right now. But at the end of the day, we still have a job to do, and that's kind of the mindset that we have going into it. We're going to be in a fun spot. We're going to be enjoying some nice weather, but we're there to win games ultimately, and we're there to show everyone that's there and everyone across the nation who we are and what we're capable of.
Yeah, and Charlie, how do you keep it a business trip, right? How do you balance that idea of you want to get down to Tampa, you want to get out in the sun, you want to enjoy that, you want to soak it in, but you've got a big game against a tough squads right now that's 4-2-1 at this point in the season as we're doing this interview. How do you balance the two, and how important is it for you guys to come out with two victories that weekend?
Yeah, like Ryan said, I mean, I think it's going to be a great trip, a fun trip. Change up the scenery. But again, we all know we're all men. We all know we have a job to do. So I think it's just reiterating that message to the boys. And again, coaches are saying that same message. Just it's going to be a great experience. But again, we're there to win hockey games and show who we are as a program.
Now, Preston, we're talking about a potential pop stroke trip at one point. It's the Tiger Woods mini golf right down the street from the rink, okay? If we put together a captain's Ryder Cup during this thing on camera for social media, how do you think this squad fares in a golf match?
Well, I've golfed with everyone here, so that's an interesting question. I think Jones is definitely going to carry the slack that us three don't have the golfing touch as well as he does. So we're going to look to him to help us out on the green there.
Look, hey, it's just putting, all right? Jonesy, I mean, talk about what are you going to work on with these guys before you get out the pop stroke? I got to imagine there's some stuff you can do in the gym to fix things while you're stuck inside Milwaukee.
I don't know about in the gym, but we got a putting mat in our living room right now that we're working on our 8-footers all day long. So get these guys over to the house, and it'll be a lot of practice between now and January.
Absolutely love it, boys. Now, Ryan, before we start getting to the close of this thing, I guess describe this team. I mean, I've, as a guy who's played in the collegiate ranks in baseball, right, and I've kind of worked in a couple locker rooms, and you have the good ones, you have the ones that are tough, and you have the ones that really gel together. Can you kind of give what this team's makeup is? What's the identity of this Raiders squad, especially for guys that might be looking at this saying, "Hey, man, I want to play in Tampa. I want to play for Milwaukee School of Engineering. I want to play for Coach Johnson." What's the vibe, man? What's it like?
Yeah, obviously we have guys from all over different areas, and we all have different backgrounds. But where we all share common things is everyone here is just really responsible, good person. Everyone here understands the assignment and gives it everything that they have every time that they get on the ice. Our what we want to do from now until the end of the season is go out on the ice every single day and give it all that we have, and really try to change the culture from what it was 4 years ago, 3 years ago, 2 years ago, even last year, because the ultimate goal is to continuously improve from where we were the day before. So, yeah, I think our group is really special, close group of guys. The closest group that I've had since I've been here, and we're all just striving towards the same goal.
Now, Charlie, man, it's a tough conference you boys playing day in and day out. Kind of talk about conference play. Talk about some of these teams you got to face. I got a boy in Kyle Watson who's been playing over a Trine for a bit, who he rags on me because I'm an Everton soccer fan and he's from Britain, so he's a big Liverpool guy. But Charlie, talk about this conference and just how tough it is day in and day out, and why it's so important to get those points down in Tampa for you guys when you get away from
it. Yeah, I mean it's a great conference, and again, there's no easy night, no easy game. The 10 teams in our conference, I mean, anybody can win on any given night. So, it's just knowing that, and again, like Rito said, just giving it your all every night and getting out there to do the job. And the non-conference games are important as well, and just getting out there and showing nationally against an SCAC team and others what we are and what this conference is really like.
Now that was Rito. We go Rito, not Reed Z. Is that what we have here? Is that official? You never know where they're going. You try to lock in a hockey nickname, and it feels like Reed Z rolls really well. But to go Rito, how did it happen? Who started it? Who started the Rito?
I mean, I've had them all, but I think kind of coming into it, I guess I played with Graham McCormick, and then a couple other guys that are alumni I've played with in the past. So it's just kind of a natural transition to be called Rito once I got here.
Gotta love it. Now, Preston, as we get into it, you look at toughs. I mean, how early do you guys start looking at that first game matchup? Obviously, it's it's a special weekend, right? But you've got hockey to play before you get out there. When do you boys start locking in, thinking about Tufts and game one and getting yourself to a final?
Yeah, good question. Obviously, we have some games before that, so our focus right now is on Adrian. Not this weekend, but the next weekend. But once Adrian's done, that's our next game. So we're locked in. As soon as Adrian's done, we got Tufts up next. What do they look like? What's their style? What's their systems? What are some matchups that we can exploit? Just even just going down the personnel, like what guys fit best to go against them. It's hard too coming in right after break, fly over to Tampa, get the airplane legs out. But I always feel like we're prepared for our games. Our pre-scouts are awesome. They're really insightful. So nothing really changes. We just have Adrian up next, and then Tufts is after that. So once Adrian's done, we'll get started.
Jonesy, talk to me. Campus life. What's it like for a student at Milwaukee School of Engineering? What's the area like? I mean, what's fun? What are we doing?
There's endless possibilities out here. Yeah, we're in the heart of Milwaukee. Campus blends in with downtown. You might not even know it's there if you're not looking, but they do a great job of advertising. They got the signs on all the tall buildings, so it looks pretty cool once you get when you can take a step back and see it from the outside. There's a lot of great pictures of the campus, and there's so much to do. I mean, you got everything a city would have without too many people. So you got bars to go to after the games, after big wins, and you got hundreds of golf courses around. The boys love to golf. A lot of that. So
Easiest sell to any hockey recruit. You got a golf course to go to. The amount of hockey guys I golf with, and these guys just all hit the ball an absolute country mile. I golf with Steve Alexi down here, and the guy hits the ball just, I can't, I'm sitting 100 yards behind him every time off the fairway. It's miserable. I'm just dragging behind. It's not a fun life. I'm great around the greens, man, but don't ask me to hit for distance. Let's get into it. The final question here before we let you guys get back to your day, get back to class, and go bundle up, get out there in that Milwaukee wind for you. What are we looking at? Are we winning this thing? Reedsy, Rito. I got to go Rito. Rito, are we winning this thing? How does MSOE get this done? How do you grab two W's? How do you come out of this thing with a trophy in your hand?
Yeah, I mean, we just stick to our plan. You can't control everything, so we control what we can control, and we know that we're going to go out there and give everything that we have, regardless of where our situation is. And I think that we're a very determined group. So we all, like I said before, we all share the common goal day in, day out. We all stick together no matter what's going on and off the ice. We pull the same rope and we push this boat forward. So it's all we can do. I can't tell you what the end result's going to be. All I know is that we're going to be out there giving everything that we have.
Absolutely love it. For the folks at home, you'll be able to watch on Flow Hockey if you cannot make it out to the rink. We will have our college game day set up each and every day. Dan K making his Lee Corso picks in each matchup all weekend long. We will have on-ice presentations. We'll have Coach Graham Johnson, who's not allowed to cuss when we go down to the bench. We're going to have on-bench interviews live during play at certain points in the game, Coach. So we've had some folks who've really let us down there on that mic. So make sure we clean up that language when we get out there on the air. You never know. You never know. Some coaches, absolute saints. Every once in a while, you slide one in there. It is pay-per-view television, so we'll be okay, Coach. But no, the Milwaukee School of Engineering, for the folks at home who want to find out more, go check out that website. For you players, tune in. Be a part of it. And anyone coming out to the Tampa Showcase, do not be shy. You see Coach walking around, shake his hand, introduce yourself, move on. That's what it's all about, be an advocate for yourself. We thank you, our captains from MSOE, the Raiders, coming down to Tampa. That's going to be a January 3rd tilt for the Elephants at Tufts. It'll be a good one.